8 March 2015, 1:42 a.m., West Midlands. Most lights are off, and most people are asleep. Behind one front door, a family has no idea that a set of keys has just disappeared, and that a chain of events has just been triggered. 2 years later, at Erdington, Birmingham, a side road in broad daylight, pedestrians going about their routines. On the surface, nothing looks out of place, except one moment, one detail, and one decision that would later begin to unravel something far bigger than anyone realized. And then, 28th of December, 2021. A different city, with a different crew. But what officers were now facing was nothing ordinary. A level of organization so precise and professional, it made the crimes feel almost invisible, like they were happening between seconds, not hours. Over the next several years, these three timelines would begin to connect in ways no one expected, and while investigators were forced to adapt, to change tactics, and rethink how modern organized crime worked, what eventually made these gangs easier to dismantle were not their methods, but their smallest, dumbest mistakes. This is the story of organized car crime in modern Britain and how it came apart piece by piece. Welcome to UK Crime Documentaries. Let's get straight into the case. By the early 2020s, car theft in the United Kingdom was no longer just about stealing a vehicle and disappearing into the night. It became a tool for survival and more like performance. This first case centers around a small but highly active group operating across the West Midlands, particularly in areas around Birmingham and surrounding towns. According to reporting, one of the central figures was Waqar Khan, described as a key individual within the group. He wasn't just another participant. He played a consistent active role in coordinating movements, transport, and targeting. Alongside him were Haris Haroon and Muhammad Aqlim Ali, both involved directly in the daily activities of the group. Another associate, Bilal Khan, was also connected to the operation, often appearing alongside the others in shared locations and movements. What set this group apart wasn't just the number of cars they took, it was how they treated the entire process. Traditionally, car thieves avoided attention. They worked quickly, kept their identities hidden, and moved vehicles as quietly as possible, but this group did the exact opposite of that. And we will talk about this in a few minutes. These weren't strangers randomly working together. They were connected through the same neighborhoods, the same routines, and the same spaces, both offline and online. And that's where this case starts to reflect something much bigger. Like we discussed earlier, this group didn't just take cars and disappear. They documented what they were doing, and they documented it consistently. Police analysis later showed that members of the gang regularly filmed themselves inside stolen vehicles. Some of the recovered footage showed them driving those cars shortly after the thefts had taken place. In other clips, they were seen performing wheel spins, speeding through quiet streets, and filming the interiors of vehicles that had been taken only hours earlier. The videos weren't posted publicly on open platforms. Instead, they were circulated through private messaging applications, primarily WhatsApp and Snapchat, within their own network. These platforms gave them a space where they believed they had control over who was watching. Inside these closed digital spaces, the stolen vehicles were treated more like symbols,